All right, now, oh, we're just gonna move that to the side. A deviant on the loose. Many know legendary heroes of past ages, mythical figures that transcend normal limitations to become something greater than what they were. Such figures as Hercules, Lu Bu, Fin McCool, Gilgamesh, Rostam, or Achilles. Each has a name and a story that has echoed through the ages and maintains its importance to this day. Now let me introduce you to another such hero, one who may not grace the history books but still has an epic legend to tell. This is the story of a man formerly called Garan de Bonaparte, now simply known as Baba the Stronk. So far, our lore is, while he is very quick, like this man has big brain energy. Square brain, but big brain. He was originally from this area. And they decided, the Vikings decided to invade England. So we got some classics up in this area, like Ivar the Boneless and stuff like that. The sons of Ragnar Lothbrok invading. And we were sailing, and our ship got blown off course. So we ended up down here. So we can rename any of this stuff too. Like we could rename the county, any of the cities.
Well, we have to name it after us, don't we?
Rename title. So rename the Temple of Iglesias. We could rename it to, all right, so temple. What do you think? What should we do? We could do it for us, or I mean, honestly, from the word put in chat, we could put the Temple of Dunderhead.
And we have to put Dunderhead somewhere. Like that's just, it could be like one of the county names within our territory.
I'll make that a city.
If we wanted.
I'll make that a city.
Yeah, City of Dunderhead.
There we go, Temple of Garan.
That sounds like something real.
So our castle is going to be Castle Dunderhead.
Yes.
Right there. So no player heir, skip lesson. I know how to play this game, kind of. This is our wife. She looks very ominous. And he looks so happy. Like this man looks like dopishly happy. He's just vibing. He's just having a good time.
She does not look happy with him though.
She looks mad at him. Her intrigue is her highest stat too.
Oh my gosh.
She has an intrigue of 12. So first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and take our lovely chief priest guy and have him start converting the faith. We're just gonna go ahead and start proselytizing. Steward. We need a steward. Everybody here has a terrible stewardship skill. Wow, this is some hot garbage. We can pay this guy 25 gold to join our court, his 4 stewardship, or we can take this guy.
So much better.
No, but this guy already is something. Man, we have like nobody here. So we can recruit him and make him our marshal, and we just won't have a steward.
Stewardship. This is fine. We can handle the family finances.
All right, lifestyle. Look at how happy he looks. He's just having a good time. Like this man could get overthrown and he would be the meme of the dog sitting in the room on fire. Just be like, this is fine, you know?
Yeah, it's fine. All my court has left me and I'm no longer in power and I'm getting exiled to Elba. But it's fine.
All right, justice, administering the lands of your realm and filling your coffers with gold. So our lifestyle focus, wealth focus, war, honor, and loyalty are all means to an end. Gold! That's the capitalism focus. Domain focus, my land and the people under my care are my strength.
I feel like this man though would be exactly that though.
So you feel like it'd be domain?
Yeah, I feel it would be domain.
Right.
This guy's just like, this is my land and my domain and is under my protection.
So there's some amount of pre-planning, but I'm gonna be honest, pre-planning and foresight, have you seen this man? Nothing about this screams pre-planning and foresight. It looks like he's constantly thinking, interesting. Yeah, it really does. That's why he's quick. That's why he has the knowledge traits. He's got medium brain energy. Big head.
I bet this man would be really good at chess. I'm not certain if it's us, but I think the tax effectiveness is pretty powerful of all the ones here.
All right, let's do that. I mean, we're not going to be making tons of money. This is like 867. No player heir. Yeah, we do need concubines because we actually have no heir. So you're middle of the road. Awesome. You're our spy master. You need to keep an eye on our wife. Between these two, or we'll wait on a third concubine. 2 concubines and a wife. We're good. So we're not endorsed by this guy. We're not endorsed by our faith guy, which is less than optimal.
I think probably get the dude to like us. We're already at a pretty big disadvantage, being the only Viking in Orthodox Sardinia.
Sway. Yes. Oh, wait, look at his face, too. This man's also got a pointy face. He's like us, light. But, you know, I mean, obviously, we have the pointier face. We can create a duchy title, but we don't have the cash money for it. We can invite champions to try and get, like, knights.
Ooh.
We don't have to pay upkeep, we have to pay to recruit.
Ah, okay.
Which we might be able to do. We have 20 gold. It's not nothing, I mean, it's nothing great, but we could probably at least get one, and it'll cost us 150 prestige. There are 4 kinds of currency. Piety, prestige, money, and renown, although renown's generally just something that ticks up. Never mind, there are 3 kinds. There are 3 kinds of currency. Let's see, we can also determine a personal deity. It's not uncommon for Asatruans, gonna go out with that, to single out one amongst the gods who suits their particular tastes and aims in life for special attention. I should contemplate these divine beings and decide which one to call me the most, or which one calls to me the most. All right, so we got 4 gods. Odin, glad of war, the Allfather. Ullr, swiftest of snow. Thor, guardian of man. And Freyr, bringer of peace. So this one gives us intrigue and piety per dread, which is just how much people dread us. Although intrigue, man, that doesn't sound like us at all.
No, not at all. Especially not dread. This man's just like happy.
True. All right, so Odin's out. Forget him. We got Ullr, god of war and honor. We have devotee of Thor. That's stewardship and prowess. And Freyr.
Like us.
And we also have Freyr, which is fertility. So I think it's between Thor and Freyr.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Thor.
That you want to do Thor?
Yeah, let's do Thor.
The gods are many and inscrutable. Yet I cannot say that there are not some who hold a level of special appeal for me. Were I to dedicate myself openly to express the worship of primarily one such deity, I would doubtless draw like-minded souls to my side. What like-minded souls? Nobody around here believes this. It's like 4 of us. Whatever the blessings my patron provides, being with similar Asatruans, I'm totally saying that wrong, can only bring me health, wealth, and glory. Look at him. He's thinking real hard right there. And then we're going Thor. Boom. So time is now moving. If you look down here in the corner. So stuff will happen. We can rename more stuff. If we had money, we could like build buildings, create new holdings in empty land. We can try and conquer stuff. So we could like try to go to war for the rest of the island. Since we're Vikings, the other thing we can do is raid. So if I click this, we would raise a band of raiders, and then we can see like the gold value of different properties held by other people and try to raid. We got options. You let me know anything that vaguely speaks to you, and I'll just try to point stuff out.
North Corsica at some point.
All right.
It doesn't have to be immediately, but I think that should be on the docket of getting the non-Viking out of Corsica.
So right now, there are 3 things we can declare war on him for. 3 titles. We can declare conquest of duchy, kingdom, or county. A new claimant of all the buffoonery I've ever seen. In Markellu's inane effort to improve my relations with my neighbors, my good-for-nothing chancellor has officially acknowledged Judic Erzko. Man, I'm butchering these names. Claim to the... I think that's... So he acknowledged that guy's claim to our land. Our chancellor acknowledged this guy's claim to our land. You're supposed to make me friends, not enemies. So they just got an unpressed claim to our land. So 2 things. First off, where is this guy? Our chancellor, this guy. So we can try to imprison him, although we have a negative 9% chance of succeeding right now. We can try and murder him. Or we can have our spy master try to dig up some dirt on him. She has a diplomacy of 0. Why?
No! We need this man out of here as fast as possible.
Well, first off, I'm making him a steward, but do you want to try to dig up some dirt on him?
Yes, I want this man now. What the hell? He's just like, yes, I love my country, except these people own it, and I'm going to officially decree that. I do love my country.
Hey, we can, we've got the House of Bonaparte, and we can change our motto. The spirit of the ox grants us friendship is our current motto, which is pretty good.
That is pretty good.
All right.
Hold on, let me pull up Chaotic Shiny real fast and pull up the motto generator.
Okay. You do that. Why do we have nobody in our court? Why does nobody want to come work for us? The other thing I think we could do is I think we have a decent shot at conquering this guy, the guy to the north, who just got a claim on our land if we tried. Or we could raise raiders and try to raid him.
Either one sounds good. I definitely hate this dude who's laid claim to our land.
So do we want to take his money or take his land?
I want to take his land.
All right. So we don't have enough fame to like declare war and take a whole duchy, but we do have enough to take a county. And his army is inferior. He has 4 knights and a levy of 486, and I assume we have more than that.
Let's work on that assumption that we're better.
Then I'd say the other trick is we can decide if we want to take this province or this province. Now, what I think is this province has a like straight crossing connection to the land to the north. But this province is bordering the one that he laid claim to, which might just be like oh, you claimed our land, and then we take all of his land bordering that claim.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with the claim itself more than just taking the dude's land. So let's take the land adjacent to the claim.
All right. So we're gonna declare that war. And we're also still we need more people. We should also invite champions. We got enough prestige to do that. And we raise our army. Give it some time to muster. This is our army. So we can. Where do you want to send it? We can try to take this city, this castle, or this castle.
Let's see. Port of Tauros, Port of the Bull. Yeah, it's a left sweep. I'd be happy to get
All right.
that.
And there's his army. Oh yeah, his army's like half our size.
Aha.
He's going out to sea.
That seems unideal.
All right. So we weren't able to take the town because of the nearby castle, so I moved our guys over to the castle, and he looks like he is going for a sail around the island and try to take our capital. This man is trying to lay siege to our capital. This man is laying siege to our capital.
That is not good.
All right. Now... Oh! We're just gonna move that to the side. A deviant on the loose. As I retreat to my chambers for the night, I stumble upon one of my guests. Samar Atanu in my innermost sanctum. How did he get here? It's not what it looks like, my lord, he claims. The fact that he's half naked and in the process of bodily defiling my finest leather shoes tells me that is, in fact, exactly what it looks like. What? But get out of my realm. How could you? To the dungeon with you. This will not happen again, understand? I never realized you could do that. Tempting. All right, what do you want to say?
Oh my god, I don't know.
Oh man. I'm between how could you to the dungeon with you and get out of my realm. Unless let me see what this guy's stats are. Okay, it's just bad.
God,
it's just bad.
He'd still make a better diplomat than our other dude.
Still, oh man. All right, do we imprison him? Or do we just tell him to leave? Or do we say this will not happen again and let him stay? These are the tough choices you gotta make when you're Count Goran of Caligari, which we should rename. What should we rename it?
There's just too many options. I'm not good at picking these things.
I'll work on a name real quick. If you can work on the rest.
I think we should probably imprison him. I'm not entirely certain what that entails, but that feels good.
That works.
Those were our finest leather shoes.
After all, you're right. You're absolutely right. Ooh, wait. All right, I got an idea for our thing, so we're gonna imprison him. I've exposed his sexual deviancy and imprisoned him. Which, now that he's in prison, we can execute, ransom, negotiate release, torture, or move to house arrest from the dungeons. Just so you know, for future reference for imprisonment. So if you wanna, so I'm thinking we can name our place like New, N-E-U, and then whatever place he originally came from. So we could do Small Land.
Do Small Land? Feels perfectly ironic.
New Small Land. Greetings. That's our title. So, Judik Goran of Caligari. You didn't get the memo, did you? It's not called that anymore, but I'll let it slip this time. The memos do kind of, take a while to circulate. But, if you could call it by the right name next time, that'd be great.
We're gonna have to nail it to the church door.
Oh, what do you mean? The Church of Goran? Despite our best efforts, my agents have yet to uncover any secrets here at court. I do not believe we will find anything either. There is less going on here than a graveyard at noon. Very well, you know best, or I would not be certain to keep it up. She couldn't find anything, sure.
I feel like that's...
We're very trusting anyway.
Correct. We're very trusting, and our court has no one in it. There's no one to have a secret. Awesome. So we might have an heir, which would be good. Also, this siege is this is their siege of our city. This is our siege of their city. So like could be worse, but also we're gonna cut it close. All right, so we've taken that city. Now we rush back to try to take our city. Yes.
Potential battle in 40 days. Oh, I'm worried. We'll make it. We'll make it. We'll make it.
Barely.
We'll make it. I am 50% sure. We're gonna make it. We're totally gonna make it. Last second. Who swoops in to save the day? It's us. So our champion was wounded by an enemy soldier. And another one of our champions was wounded by an enemy soldier, because apparently our champions are just wimps. So now we have enough war score to enforce demands. And our other concubine is with child. Awesome. So now we can enforce demands. We'll get 75 fame. And we'll get that land.
Yes.
To the cocky Judaic Garan, may your humors rot in your living body. You are a much greater foe than I imagined. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I will comply with your demands.
That's not how you started treaty.
To the cocky pain in my rear.
I've been defeated. Allow me to ask for peace so I do not get killed more. Hey, numbnuts. You suck. All
right,
Please
so
stop.
We can recruit this guy to our court for 25 gold. Oh my gosh. We'll have to go raiding if we do this.
Money?
We got some money. We're making like 4 ducats a month, which is not bad.
Nice.
So now,
nice.
Guy with the highest diplomacy is the new guy with a diplomacy of 5. Nobody here is diplomatic. No, protect Dunderhead. Yeah, we need to protect the capital of Dunderhead. Wait, won't his children look normal?
That is a good question.
I think the answer is a resounding no. Like, we'll need to get a close-up, but what's going on down there does not strike me as normal. Alright, and what should we name him? We can name him after myself. Brian. Square Brian. Right? Right? Square Brian? Should I name him Square Brian or just Brian?
Square Brian, probably.
Square Brian, our firstborn. May you grow to be strong and wise, my son. Square Brian.
And with clean, sharp 90-degree corners, my son.
And what do we make his education focus? Learning?
Money.
Stewardship. All right, money it is. Choose this focus. Educate child. And your woman, we will educate him because our education skill is not bad. And I mean, like father, like son, right?
It's not bad.
It's a bonding opportunity. Also, sender of this request, recipient of this request.
He's gonna put it in the mail and address to himself.
I wouldn't put it past us to do this. That sounds like something we'd do. To the vile Judaic Garan. I have been corresponding with your Chancellor, Jagu. This is the new Chancellor, and it has been a shameful diplomatic display. You are not the man I thought you were. This is a terrible misunderstanding.
This is the same guy who called us cocky and then begged us not to kill him.
Yeah, and he just lost 30 opinion of us from our new Chancellor. Also, our steward currently has a stewardship of 0.
Oh my god. Not to mention, he calls us cocky and then his seal is of a rooster.
I just realized that. Alright, so, this guy has a stewardship of 0, and also this guy is the guy who sold us up the river and said and acknowledged this guy's claim to our land. So I say we fire him.
It just gets worse and worse. Absolutely fire him.
And a nice thing is, we currently have a powerful vassal who expects a council position. So this guy, who is the current mayor of the city of Porto Torres. And he has a stewardship of 12.
Oh my god, yes.
And also the Midas touch.
Dude, I love it. He's the head of our port city, Porto Faros, Port of the Bulls. Dude, it's a bull market. It's a bull market with this dude.
And also, when we fire this guy, he loses 20 opinion of us from 10 years for firing him. Get out of here.
Get out of here and take your opinions with you.
The fact that Dunderhead means stupid face makes the city name even funnier. Scottish Casement said, yep, it's... I mean, but he's just so happy and well-meaning about it. Like, how could you not love this guy? He's bisexual, because, like, he just gets along with everybody, you know? It's straight vibes with this guy.
Vibes with this guy.
Alright, so we can tell our Chancellor, instead of foreign affairs, to focus on domestic affairs, which wouldn't do much because we don't have too many vassals, but also, he's doing a terrible job. What the heck? Oh man, also let's go to this. We can recruit this guy as a champion, and it'll cost 30 gold! But he has a combat prowess of 19. And currently, we have a champion who has a combat prowess of 0. So I'd say worth it, and then let's raid.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good.
Also, the guy who has a prowess of 0, who's the champion, wait for it, is the guy who we fired, who got us into all this trouble and stuff. Same guy.
Oh my god.
Wait, his personality is literally bold villain. Look. Callous, arrogant, wrathful. We're gonna forbid him from being a champion. And then let's see. Why can't we imprison this guy? This is an act of tyranny. We won't succeed. Ugh. We could attempt to have him murdered. Although, or we could just dismiss him, tell him to leave, turn him into a wanderer and send him away from the court. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, if he winds up in someone else's court, that's frankly a good thing.
Loses 30 opinion of you, and we gain 10 stress because we're gregarious. Worth it.
Yeah, it's worth it.
As long as we don't have a mental breakdown.
Yes.
Which is possible. We can have a mental breakdown. All right. So.
Ailing mind.
Also, we're going to try to increase our spy master's opinion of us. The game recommended I do that. Yeah, straight vibes, meaning one of his first acts was to invade, lol. I mean, you know, you gotta spread the vibes. That's what straight vibing is all about. Spreading the vibes. All right, so we'll raise raiders. So now we got 846. So now if I hover over places, we can see how much we can raid them for. The trick is we need to pick and choose carefully. Because when we raid somebody, like say if I go to raid this city, the country is able to raise their army to attack us and defend against raiding. And since that whole country is this whole Italian state, also new small land, I say let's raid the guy who's insulted us a couple of times, and we can get a loot of 17 ducats.
Yes.
Pretty solid.
This guy doesn't have, like, Italy backing him.
My daughter, praise Freya. Ilaria has given birth to a perfect little daughter. Who will you become, my child, and what shall I call you?
Dancing
Thoughts?
Queen to Bonaparte.
What did you say? Oh, Dancing Queen.
Dancing Queen to Bonaparte.
Gosh, this is such memery. Oh, we might not be able to raid him if we have a truce. We have a truce. So we can't raid him without breaking the truce. We could try to pop across the border to Italy and just like raid the town and then book it, but that could get our butts kicked, or we're unable to raid across sea. Oh, do we not have the... Wait a second.
Do we not have boats?
No, what it is it's the culture we're a part of. Because Vikings have longships. That's what we're missing. I'm gonna try to think of a way that we could fix that. Accusations of witchcraft. Bloodstained cloth, crow's feathers, strange-smelling concoctions. This is the evidence presented to me by a group of villagers from New Smallland as proof that Hippolyta has been practicing witchcraft in her hut on the outskirts of their village. Villagers claim her evil works must be the cause of their poor harvest and are calling for her execution.
It's either witchcraft or she's trying to cure bird flu.
This evidence is circumstantial releaser. We gain 300 stewardship life experience, and we get upset peasants in the entire area for 5 years, negative 25 popular opinion. She must be burned for her crimes against Odin. She's killed, we gain 100 piety, and we get satisfied peasants for 5 years. A witch, you say? I could use a new advisor. Lose 100 piety, she joins our cart, she gets 50 opinion of us, and we get the peasants thing. She actually has 14 diplomacy, which is pretty good.
This is pretty good.
So what do you think?
I want a witch in my court, but I also don't ever to hate me for it.
Well, that's tough nuts.
Maybe we should just release her.
Just release her?
I don't know.
All right. Well, in that case, we'll get 300 stewardship life experience, which is enough to get us another perk.
Ooh.
So that's
juicy, yeah.
All right. Now we get another lifestyle perk. Golden obligation, payment for hooks, defensive measures, fort levels raised by 1, garrison size 20%, lower construction costs, or let's see. I'm trying to see if any of these. So this is all. Wait a second. Yeah, so we got administrator, architect, Mauritius. Stored subjects decision, vassal contribution, cell titles, levy reinforcement rate, and building. Development is really good too, just in terms of getting a better state.
Development seems good.
So do you want to?
That? Yeah.
Let me see. The culture head. Oh, we're our own culture head. That's kind of funny. Well. So at this point, I say we can, for a raid, we can just try and jaunt across the border. All right, now they're coming for us with 1,000 guys. Let's book it.
That doesn't sound good.
Go, Gadget. They're gonna catch us. We're losing. Book it. All right, well, we were defeated and we only lost 284 men. They lost 132. That showed them. All right, awesome. Good for us. We're really good at this.
Yeah.
That's on me. Pope Dunderhead has a nice ring to it. War declared. Oh, this might be the end of it for us. Holy war.
Uh-oh.
Tuscany declared holy war on us.
Uh-oh.
Do you hear the music change?
Yeah, I hear the music change.
Huh, yep, there goes our whole army. Granary infestation. Well, this is important. Vermin have infested several granaries in the Judicao of Logordo, destroying the seed grain stored in them. With nothing to plant for next year's crops, the free tenants living there will have to come to me asking for aid. Given their dire situation, these farmers will ultimately be forced to accept whatever terms I offer them. I have plenty of grain should they become my serfs. So we get plus 25 control, resentful serfs. Take pity on them, open up my grain stores, lose 50 gold, gain 50 piety, gain 35 stress because we're greedy. And they get grateful free folk plus 20 popular opinion. Or command the priest guy, the head of our church, to give them charity.
That little symbol there is Ez and is Gothar.
Gothar, okay. It's
Yeah,
nice having
that's
a linguist
the
with me.
Yeah.
You should name a town Thorhead. Ah, that's really good.
Oh, frankly, we might not have any towns to name Thorhead soon, but...
Yeah, just gonna go ahead and, oh, man. Yeah, this is not ideal. Mercenaries. We don't have enough money for any.
Youch.
Men-at-arms. They have pikemen. I'm just gonna do some game stuff here. Pikemen or spearmen? Who's strong against spearmen? These guys are strong against spearmen. We're gonna recruit them. Fall back to the mountains. And hope that we'll have enough time. For this to make a difference. But I'm honestly skeptical.
I'm also skeptical.
Huh? Oh, but we got a new stewardship perk. Professional workforce. Heck yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this usually happens if you aren't surrounded by your own religion. You know what we should have done? That would have worked way better.
What you thinking?
All right. This would require starting again, but we take the exact same DNA and character makeup, and we make him the character ruler of this place. It has the right culture and right religion. This is the furthest away Norman thing. This guy was raided the Mediterranean and then settled here historically. But we can take him and then uproot our entire civilization and take over Sardinia. Thoughts?
Yeah, if we're about to die, that probably sounds like a good idea.
All right. Oh, and
someone else has just joined the Holy War.
Haha. Yeah. Ha.
Yeah.
Look at him. See? Look at his kid. Classic. All right, so we're going to do this. Create our own ruler. Thank you for watching. If you can, it would be very helpful if you subscribe, comment, like, and or share the video. Also, if you're thinking,
That's it! No!
then don't worry. More videos are on their way. And in the meantime, you can follow on social media and check out the live streams on Twitch for more content.